Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving headfirst into a concept that's as unsettling as it is profound. We look into mirrors countless times a day, don't we? To check our appearance, to ensure we're presentable, to simply see ourselves. That image staring back is an intrinsic part of our self-perception, our identity. It's an unblinking, honest witness to our existence, a silent confidant that never judges, only reflects. Or does it? What if that fundamental truth, that bedrock of self-assurance, was shattered? What if the face you saw staring back, the posture, the expression, the subtle nuances of your being wasn't truly yours? What if your reflection lied? Imagine waking up one morning, groggy, stumbling into the bathroom and catching your reflection. Nothing immediately seems off. You splash water on your face, reach for your toothbrush, and then, as you glance up again, something shifts. It's barely perceptible, a flicker. A different shirt color for a split second, or perhaps your hair, which you distinctly remember brushing, is now disheveled in a way you didn't do. You blink, rub your eyes, and it's gone. Just a trick of the light, you tell yourself, a morning delusion. But the seed of doubt has been planted. This isn't just about a bad hair day. It's about the very core of how we perceive ourselves and interact with the world around us. What if the image in the glass became a separate entity, a doppelganger residing just beyond our reach, mocking, mimicking, and eventually betraying us? This isn't just a physical change. It's a deep psychological fracturing. It's a world where the most intimate visual confirmation of your existence becomes a source of endless paranoia. The deception begins innocently enough, a series of almost imperceptible glitches. You're trying on a new shirt, admiring the fit, but in the mirror, the collar looks subtly misaligned, or a button is undone that you swore you fastened. You reach to correct it on your actual shirt, only to find it perfectly in place. This becomes a pattern, a tiny mole on your left cheek that appears in the mirror but isn't there when you touch your face. A scar on your right hand that's absent in the reflection. You start to second-guess yourself, developing a nervous habit of touching your face or body parts, just to confirm their presence, to reassure yourself that you are, in fact, still you. The mirror, once a tool for self-assessment, transforms into an adversary, a silent gaslighter that subtly chips away at your sanity. Then, the lies escalate beyond mere physical attributes. The reflection begins to betray your intent. You're feeling anxious, your stomach a knot of nerves, yet your reflection stares back with an unnervingly calm, almost smug expression. You practice a heartfelt apology in front of the mirror, trying to convey sincerity and remorse, but the person staring back has a faint, almost imperceptible smirk playing on their lips, an expression of detached amusement. How do you prepare for a difficult conversation? How do you express genuine emotion when the only visual feedback you receive is a lie? This internal dissonance is horrifying. You project one emotion, but the mirror shows another. Are you truly feeling what you think you are? Or is the reflection showing you a deeper, perhaps subconscious, truth you're unwilling to admit? The mirror becomes a window not to your soul, but to a twisted, distorted version of it, a trickster wearing your face. This profound betrayal of self-perception inevitably spills over into the social realm. Imagine trying to explain this to a friend. My reflection laughed when I was crying. They'd think you were losing your mind. But what if others started to notice? You're on a video call, earnestly discussing a serious topic, but your reflection, visible in the corner of your screen, is subtly rolling its eyes or miming disapproval. What if the reflection starts to act independently, performing actions you didn't initiate? You raise your hand to wave goodbye to a colleague, but your reflection gives them the finger. Or it simply turns away, ignoring you completely, even as you stare directly at it, a defiant gesture of its burgeoning autonomy. The fear is no longer just about personal sanity. It's about social standing, about maintaining relationships built on trust and shared reality. Is your reflection's deceit visible to others? Are they seeing the mockery, the disdain, the outright rebellion emanating from your mirror image, mistaking it for your true self? The simple act of looking at yourself becomes a terrifying gamble, a potential public humiliation waiting to happen. The most terrifying aspect of a lying reflection is the potential for it to completely hijack your identity, and more sinisterly, to influence your actions. What if your reflection starts to do things? Not just subtle movements or expressions, but actual, impactful actions. You watch in horror as your reflection picks up a pair of scissors, not following your hand's movement, and snips off a lock of its own hair. When you turn away from the mirror, and then back, your own hair is now unevenly cut. Or perhaps it points at a specific object in your room, a forgotten photograph, a hidden diary. And then later, you find that object has been moved, or even damaged, as if your reflection reached out and touched it. This pushes the phenomenon beyond psychological horror into the realm of the supernatural or a profound existential crisis. Is the reflection a separate entity, a malevolent twin from a parallel dimension attempting to cross over? Is it a manifestation of your deepest, darkest impulses, acting them out where you cannot? The ultimate betrayal comes when the reflection actively works against you, perhaps even foreshadowing events. You're planning a surprise party for a loved one, full of joy and excitement. But in the mirror, your reflection has a look of profound sorrow, tears silently streaming down its face. Days later, tragedy strikes. Was the reflection trying to warn you? Or was it actively willing the negative outcome, feeding on your fear? What if your reflection showed you committing an act of violence, a betrayal, a terrible crime, before you even conceived of it? The mirror transforms from a passive observer to an active player, a malevolent puppet master, or a terrifying oracle. How do you cope with an image that is not only untrue, but actively antagonistic, perhaps even dictating your future through its lies? In such a world, humanity would be plunged into an unprecedented crisis of identity. Mirrors would become taboo, covered, or outright destroyed. Art, fashion, and even simple grooming would undergo radical transformations. How do you trust your own senses, your own memories, when the most direct visual confirmation of your existence is constantly deceiving you? Psychologists would be overwhelmed, trying to untangle the profound dissociation, the gaslighting on a societal scale. Scientists would search for explanations. A quantum entanglement with alternate selves, a new form of parasitic consciousness, a glitch in the fabric of reality itself. People would seek spiritual answers, fearing demonic possession or a cosmic curse. The concept of self would fragment. Are you who you think you are, or are you who your reflection secretly portrays? The terror isn't just seeing a lie. It's realizing that the lie might be more real to others, or even to a part of yourself, than the truth you desperately cling to. The world would become a hall of mirrors, each reflection a potential betrayer, each moment of self-reflection an act of terrifying vulnerability. So the next time you glance into a mirror, just for a moment, consider what if the face staring back wasn't truly yours? What if it harbored a secret, a lie that could shatter not just your perception, but your entire reality?